If you're chasing and you're actually getting that's what's going to distract you because you're actually having success getting without any accolades, right? So now that's why you put your accolades on a back burner because you can get without them. And now you end up being 30, 32, 33, and you're trying to figure your life out now because now is when it really counts because you're looking around and saying, hey, I'm damn near 40 and my not together.
My wife had an abortion after she found out I cheated. It all began after an after-work team building event filled with drinks and good times. Afterwards, a coworker invited 4 of us back to their place for more drinks.
A woman will marry a ass right? Knowing he's a ass and then get mad when he don't become a real ass. It's your fault because you picked the ass.
For what? For safety and security.
And comfort.
Okay.
Not even safety, comfort,
but there's
and coddling.
There's different reasons why things could have changed after.
But you gotta think about it. A lot of the other casts or a lot of the other podcasts that, if you look at their cast, they're typically just people who don't even care. They're willing to say or do anything and look like anything to have anything. Like they all look desperate. We don't look desperate. Like we look like we're actually
dingy.
Yeah, desperate and dingy.
Yeah.
Call them out. I want to know who y'all talking about.
You know, somebody never mind.
JK.
Like, I want to do what they do. Oh, I never heard of them. Oh, no, you only copied our content for 4 years. One of these dudes unfollowed me, right? Let me tell you what he did. This pissed me off. I already was, like, weary on him. So he literally said, I'm gonna reiterate it. He said, if a woman, you know, cleans my house or cooks for me, you know, my meal preps could be like $300. A maid could be like $200 a week. Like, you really only saving me like $500, $1,000, right? I said, oh, I commented. I was like,
that is very much Rico code.
Very much. It's actually almost verbatim, right? So I commented and I said, oh, whoa, bro. I'm like, everybody wants to preach my sermons. I might as well write a book. And so he unfollowed me. I was like, you're a weird now. Now I really don't like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's that type of energy going on that, you know, I think that people are they're copying us. And then when we point it out, they're not going to like it. But that goes to show that they just aspire to be it. So Amanda in Rome.
What do they say? They say intimidation is the closest thing to imitation.
Imitation is close to what?
Imitation is the closest thing to flattery or something like that.
I don't know. See, Alan says that to me, and it doesn't register right. I don't agree. Imitation is the closest thing to irritation. And but again, I say that only because actually Alan had put me onto this quote, and basically, like, you have to be willing to pay the price to be yourself in a world full of conforming people. I pay the fucking price, right? I take those comments, I take those hate, I take all that energy, and I roll with the punches, and then I watch these weirdos go out and they regurgitate what I say, and then they think that now they feel like they're empowered because they're just preaching Rico, and I'm like, I don't like the imitation because I fought for my individuality. That's why it's irritating. It's not fucking flattering. Fuck you. Like, fuck you. That's how I feel. Can I say it louder? Because I want to say it with more emphasis. I want to put some bass in the voice, but I'm going to just be like,
sing it to him.
Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Where's Jada at? All right, guys. I'm ready to start the show. I'm calm. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I feel like when my girl told me that the way she thinks is, like, when you're married, her pussy, your pussy is his. You can't tell him no. So
it's your pussy?
Yeah, it's my pussy. Once I put that ring on you,
possessive.
That's my pussy. No, she gave it to me. I ain't take. Well, I did, but I think that, yeah, like, that pussy's mine, you know, and this dick is mine too. So you gotta chill out.
Oh,
no, my dick is mine.
Whatever you're into. There's no judgment on this side. So
This is payback, actually.
No, it's not. No, see,
Despite. I had to read the thing and
There's actually first of all, he sent me.
give it to Rome to read.
Do you know you only sent me the YouTube?
make
Do you?
make it bigger. Zoom it in a little bit.
I'm not. That's all he sent me.
I can
It's
read
a husband
can
who's
read the short
basically
part.
saying, like, he's been married for, I think, 7 years, and he's very frustrated. He says his wife, they haven't had sex in 6 months, and the last time they did have sex is because he basically had to beg for it. He says she never initiates sex.
And they're married.
They're married, yeah. They have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And he's like, yo, I feel like I'm always the one to try to initiate. He said, I have a basically 75 to 80% batting average. 75 to 80% of the time, I might have a chance, but more often than not, she's going to say no. And he said, ultimately, it's getting frustrating because I also want to be wanted. I want to be complimented. I want to feel like you initiated too.
Is he in the
He
gym?
never does.
First question.
I don't like when people start complaining about not getting sex in their marriage and they're falling off in their marriage. You cannot do that. You can't. Your wife or your spouse, they came into this relationship attracted to you. You decide to let yourself go. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Now that spouse is not trying to be as sexually active because, in all honesty, they love you, but they're still not attracted to you. So it's your job to keep yourself attractive in your marriage. And it doesn't matter if you're in day 1 or year 25. You know what I'm saying? So now, even if you were both, let's just say, out of shape, now one person wants to get in shape, you need to meet the same standards as your spouse, because as your spouse is making that life transition, they're going to expect you to do it. And if you don't, they're going to outgrow you and find you less attractive again. So don't complain about not getting sex in your relationship or marriage and you're falling off. That's my take.
Let's not victim shame.
Girl get fat. I promise you. I promise you. She doesn't even have that bit of...
Yeah.
I told her the other day she was gaining weight, and I made her step on the scale.
Oh my God.
And I said, you know what's happening?
You were so
We went
mean.
from 1 app to 3 apps.
What does that mean?
At least
Appetizers.
huh.
Oh, I'm thinking talking about apps on the phone. Me too. I thought that's what you meant. Like,
Keep
what?
up. I got to
Short
keep up.
Applebee's.
I'm in rare form right now.
You think men get the same?
3 apps before dinner?
Before
Before the main?
dinner, we would both get 1 app,
Fat asses.
right? But we would share.
She doesn't even eat it, though.
So that was the thing, right?
And then the meal.
She blamed me. Of course, she's a woman. Why not blame the guy?
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? She said, because my girl was the type of person to order, like, let's say if the restaurant had 8 appetizers, she's going to order 4. And she's going to just taste them. 1 spoon. Each app is $20. As long as I know, maybe 30. Depend if it has an octopus or a lobster in it, it's a little bit more. It might be 45.
Mm.
She'd be like, I just wanted to taste it. I'd be like, well. Taste it 1 this time and taste 1 the next time. You don't have to taste them all in the same time. So to avoid that, I realized she started eating them. Like, if I eat it, I know he ain't gonna say shit. And I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna say shit at the dinner table. I'm gonna say shit on the scale. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I mean.
You're not right.
What's the threshold? 10 pounds?
No. Well, my girl was very thin when I met her. You know, actually thinner than what I would typically go for. But
Now she thick.
I think, well, she's also tall. She's 5'9". So, like,
Proportions?
yeah, it's proportions. She's not, like, you know what I'm saying? But she ain't what she was. You know, my goal, or not my goal, but my rule of thumb is you should not weigh the same amount as you did when you were pregnant.
Why?
Because you usually gain about 30 pounds, maybe 40.
Yeah, but what if she holds the baby differently and it's not?
What?
Can't you hold the baby?
What do you mean, hold the baby different? Like, you don't gain no
No,
weight?
because some women hold it high, some women hold it low. So doesn't that affect how?
But it's still in your stomach. So why would
How
you
much
take the weight?
You never seen like skinny women that are pregnant that
Yeah, but that,
it's just the belly, but nothing else is
but I'm saying, let's just say if she was 120.
okay.
Now, not my girl, but let's say the girl was 120.
Yeah.
Now she's 1 150 or 160
With the baby.
With the baby,
Yeah.
9 months.
Okay.
She gives birth to the baby. I give about 12 to 18 months to kind of get that baby weight off, right? Now, let's say she goes back down. She's 135, so she's 15 pounds more than when she first had the baby.
Mm.
You only have another 15 pounds of wiggle room. It's my rule of thumb. Till you get back to that 150 mark.
Yeah.
When you get back to 150, you got to go back down. You cannot surpass what you were when you were pregnant. That's my rule of thumb.
Don't y'all hold y'all fat different the older you get though?
Don't ask me. I'm a young skinny bitch.
I'm a young skinny bitch.
Do not ask me.
I didn't even know how skinny I was. The crazy thing is I thought I was Aki as hell back in the day.
Wait, who'd you do that to?
You know who else?
But Alan, we're not gonna sit here.
The lady said she has.
We're not gonna sit here and conflate that women don't marry men that they don't like. With that, like they're turning down men because they're marrying a man that they did not really have interest to. It was a safe plan. It was a backup plan. It was the one guy who was nice to her and told her all the things that she wanted to and was obsessed with her, but yet she was never obsessed with him.
Mm.
I can't fathom it because I feel like every girl I actually dated really, really liked me. You know what I'm saying? So like if she ever turned me down, which was rare in any of my relationships, it was a real reason. You know, maybe she was really tired and she was on her period and she was like, yo, I'm not even trying to do all of that. That makes sense. But like to turn your spouse down, you know, 20 days out of 30 days and you're on your cycle 7 of those other days, like it means that you're just not attracted to your spouse. You probably never were, you know?
She was attracted to the security.
To the security and
The idea of a
stability.
relationship, yeah.
How do you know that she was on her cycle?
You just said it.
He said it, yeah, but
Yeah.
did he make that up or how did he know?
He read the cycle count. I don't know. What is a cycle?
yeah, there's an app for that.
That was for you.
You're not paying attention.
On a 7-day cycle.
It's right here. Nothing's come up yet.
So reason number 1, you're entitled. A common pitfall is men, they think that their relationship turns into a transaction and you own her body. So one of the reasons she doesn't want to have sex with you is she feels like you think you're entitled to her body.
Possession,
Whoever
right?
wrote this? This is crazy. How's that the first one? Like, that's so
Number
stupid.
2, she doesn't feel you.
There we go. Like, feel you like,
Like she's not into you. She's
Yeah, she don't like you no more.
interested in you.
Should be
She's
number
not
1.
sexually attracted
that should be
to
number
you.
1.
Yeah.
How does you're entitled override I don't like you? Like, what?
Number 3, she doesn't trust you.
Why are y'all married?
Really, Rome? Why?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of reasons why people get married. And
They don't trust?
Okay, so this is okay.
number 4, because you're not leading.
A lot of women, but that's her fault.
Who's
Like,
the author of this?
Wait a minute. Why are you guys? You're not leading. It's still her fault.
because a woman will marry a bitch ass nigga, right? Knowing he's a bitch ass nigga, and then get mad when he don't become a real ass nigga. It's your fault because you picked the bitch ass nigga.
For what? For safety and security.
And comfort. Not
Okay.
even safety, comfort,
But there's
and coddling.
there's different reasons why things could have changed after the marriage. Who says that man wasn't always initiating and then maybe just in the comfortability of being married, he just stopped doing it?
Wait, no. Leading? We're talking about leading.
Okay.
A man who is a man is going to lead regardless. It's like I have a dog who is a mini Australian Shepherd. When he was out in the dog park, when he was a puppy, he was pushing all the other running dogs. And I was like, what the hell is he doing? And he was hurting them because his nature was to herd. And nobody taught him how to do that. That was his nature. Now, a man who is a non-broken man, and his nature is going to be to lead. I'm not saying he has to be a tyrant. I'm not saying he has to be a dictator, but he's going to lead. He's going to take the initiative, not all the time, but in the key moment. And when a man is not taking the initiative in the key moments, that's when you get a woman that complains. He doesn't lead. He's indecisive. He doesn't make any decisions. He doesn't have any direction. He is now the follower, but he's always been the follower. And she married him because she knew she could do what she wanted with him. Versus when a man is in control or a man is leading, she cannot do what she wants to do all the time. And some women don't like that. So they go for the men that they can get it off on. And they marry that man. Then they stop giving that man sex. Then that man is in 8 of the tables, DMs, talking about my girl, wife, keeps rejecting me. I hope this makes sense.
That reminds me of what's her name in The Color Purple?
Celie.
Sealy?
No,
Sophia?
Sophia. I'm not the men advocate here, so I like Sophia's character. I'm just saying.
So, go ahead.
He liked it too.
Forever? They didn't show the forever part.
No, he left her and went right back.
Exactly, because that was the
Then-
love of his life.
He left again.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not, Rico. You making that
You
up?
know what's crazy? I hate to put this business out there, but I have. I have an
I'm
uncle.
scared.
I have an uncle, and I have
You
an
can see my face from there?
Like, what is he about to say?
I have
He's on edge.
an uncle and an aunt who I love dearly. And my aunt had a big issue with me at my mom's house in 2021,
I
right?
was about to say, is this your mom's side of the family?
Yeah,
Because he says aunt.
yeah, yeah. I got an auntie Sherry and an aunt Trisha, right? Biracial. So my aunt Trisha runs her household. My uncle Michael, her husband, is like, I don't want to say he's her pet, but like, because he doesn't have a problem with it, like that their relationship works. But I don't know. I only know this side, which is their older side. They're, in their 60s and 70s. My great aunt, and she is like a beast, like Sophia, right? She's like, nah. She's like, Uncle Michael cook. Uncle Michael do dishes. I be chilling. Like, not really, but that's how she is, kind of, And when you can tell, like, when she makes a decision, that decision is that decision. There's no overriding. And Uncle Michael just be rocking with it. He just like, all right, well, and Trisha said okay. So when I was having a conversation with her about me and my girl, and I was like, she's moving to LA, right? And she was like, why? Like, why does she? I mean, she's moving here from LA, and she was like, why? I was like, because I said so. And my Aunt Trisha's like brain couldn't compute. She's like, what do you mean? Because you said, do you think you're God? And I was like, no, I just think that I'm the man in this relationship, and I make the executive decision to have my child here in New Jersey. And she was like, oh, so you think because you're a man, what you say goes? And I automatically saw her for who she really was right in that moment.
Because of how you say she is, you saying because I said so really off-put her. And I think that any, like, I don't want to say
Dominant,
alpha
dominant woman.
alpha woman, any dominant woman would have that same reaction, because it's not really about she gets to make the executive decision. It's like, who are you to say that whatever you say goes? Because you guys were talking about where, how this was going to work. She's pregnant. She's about to have your...
This wasn't a conversation.
And that's the point. It wasn't a conversation. You said you made the executive decision for her to move here because you needed your daughter here.
Yeah.
It wasn't no conversation. So did she even have a say? Which is probably your aunt's point.
Well,
It's saying, do you think that you're God?
Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter about how you feel. The actual standpoint is you still have a say-so, because you can easily say no. You can easily say, I am not going to do it. Now, and the thing is, we got to get out the mindset where somebody makes a decision and somebody follows the decision. That means that somebody stripped your choice of what you decided to do. As an adult, whether you say yes or no, once you act and commit to the decision, you've already said yes. You had an opportunity to say no. Now, again, the thing is, when a man leads, he's going to make the executive decision. And if a woman trusts him, the woman's going to follow the executive decision, even if she doesn't agree with it. But that is part of being a leader. She's seeing it through. Most times, and I pray most times, it works in the benefit of the relationship. I think a man who is actually caring about his relationship and his partner makes an executive decision that even if his wife or spouse does not see the reason, he has already took into consideration how she's going to benefit, how they're going to benefit, and how it's going to be a better play for everyone. But as a leader, not everything's going to make sense. But again, I could tell the way that my aunt
Yes.
is,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it's going to happen. Now, my auntie Sherry and my auntie Risa, when my uncle said, we're moving to North Carolina, they packed their bags and they moved to fucking North Carolina and they raised their family.
You guys are talking about two different things. I think when you meet somebody, a relationship, when you meet somebody, like, just use your aunt, for example, right? You know your aunt as your aunt, your mom's sister, or whoever side of
No,
sister,
my grandmother's sister.
your grandmother's sister, but you don't know her as relationship Trisha. You know her just from that.
Yeah.
So you don't know, she could be the actual devil in a relationship. You know what I mean? So like what you were saying to her is probably like just made her like bumped heads because she's the alpha in her relationship, but maybe because she has to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily, it's not. And so when you said, you know, because I'm a man or whatever, she might have been dealing with somebody, not saying anything about your family or anything like that, but she might have been dealing with somebody where she had to take that masculine role or whatever because he wasn't doing right. And in order to keep this relationship together, she had to step up and she had to be that. And she may not have wanted to be that. So when she came across to you, it may have came across as not confrontational, but more or less like who the fuck you think you are? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But really, she had to become that, because I don't think women are out here asking to be in a man's role. And I think every day on the internet, like, we see that where women like, you know, soft life and provide a protector, like that's what they're asking for. But I don't think a lot of women are able to give up that control to be that.
And I agree, but I think I see, in my personal opinion, what happened over there happens over here, right? Where my great grandmother, her parent, like, I didn't know my great grandmother was not Italian until she passed away, right? Because my great grandfather was an old school Italian dude, that side of the family. And he told me that she was Italian because Italians had to date Italians, right? So, and I looked at how the relationship was, and he was like the real traditional man who we would probably consider controlling today. You get me? Now, my aunt was the same thing that we're seeing today. The one who didn't want to be like their mother, so she wanted to wear the pants. I feel as if she was always that way. Like, I don't want to have to be, you know, I don't want to have to feel like I'm underneath the man. And because of that, because of how her, and I could be wrong because I wasn't there as they grew up. I'm just, you know, speaking from what I know and what I've seen. And I have a good relationship with my great-grandparents. They passed away when I was 18, 19. So I was able to see a lot, you know. And what I realized is, like, my aunt was always that woman, even since I was a kid, who always tried to be the boss of everybody.
Was she an Aries?
No, she's not an Aries. She's a Libra. She's a fucking Libra. Oh my God, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. She always thought she knew it all. And she's very smart, though. She is very smart. And, but she always wanted to be the boss of everybody. Everything. Like, family, like, but my grandfather wasn't going for that shit. My great-grandfather. So when he was alive, everything was put in check. But I'm putting all this shit while we were talking, I'm putting it all together. When my great-grandfather passed, my Aunt Trisha took over everything. All the family activities had to be done at her house, had to be done at this time. She made all the games. And I'm like, you're just a control freak. But I do realize that there are women who watch other women and they don't respect other women who are submissive to their man. And I realize that now this is something that has been brewing for a couple generations. And so when they see another woman that's being submissive to a man, they feel as if all the negative intangibles are happening. She's being silenced. She's being manipulated. She doesn't have a say-so or a right in her relationship. And they automatically, think of the worst of that woman or the worst of the situation that woman's in. But really, there's a lot of women who I just want a man who's going to figure this shit out. I'm just trying to do what I need to do for my relationship, and I want my husband to deal with the burden, right? And I think that women like my aunt can't fathom that part because she has to be the one that's included in everything. She has to be able to oversee everything. And it could be from a bunch of different things that may have happened while she grew up. I don't know. But I see a lot of women like that today. And I've always had a, listen,
Wow.
step down.
Okay. Alan sent me something. Do you think that women turn down sex because they're not in their feminine energy?
One of the subcategories is that she simply doesn't feel sexy anymore. And whether that's from what Rico was saying in terms of maybe she became a little bit, whatever, in terms of she gained weight, or you stopped giving her the attention you used to give her, the compliments you used to give her, is that she may not feel sexy anymore.
Agreed.
Is that
She might not be attractive to him anymore, but she probably still finds herself attractive. She probably doesn't think that he finds her attractive.
It sounds like she's really in her head.
But how do you tell people to get out of your head?
I think
You need reassurance. If she feels like he's not reassuring her, complimenting her, like letting her know that she's sexy or attractive to him,
so.
how's she supposed to know? How do
I
you
feel like when
reassure
you're in a
women?
relationship for a long time with somebody, you can compliment this person, and those compliments just become just run of the mill. So you may not even be hearing the compliments. I call you beautiful 3,000 times a day,
Nope.
but I call you beautiful 2,999 times a day. You're going to realize that one time I didn't call you that, and you're going to hold on to that shit, and then you're going to fucking internalize it, and you're going to say, oh, you don't find me attractive no more, when really you never responded to the other 2,999 that I said.
Well, that's a story.
It's not a story. I'm saying if you think about just seeing the same person every day butt naked, you gotta.
You don't think she fine every time?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to find new ways or different ways to compliment somebody. Like keep trying new things because the same old compliments may not work, and she might not be receptive to the same thing. So that doesn't put it on me to like.
It does. It means don't just say you look beautiful because you know that that's what you usually say. How about you just strip her?
What? Okay. Go ahead.
So
Finish your statement. Finish it.
yeah, I want to make sure we get into this
Finish your
part of the
statement.
episode.
If you initiate,
No, say it the way you're gonna say it.
No.
Just do
Say it
what?
the way you're gonna say it. Do what?
Strip her
It's
down.
from a woman. Men didn't say this.
Take her pants off.
And y'all saying we claim we own y'all body, but you telling us to come take it.
That's what I'm saying. First of all, I'm not saying that means you're possessive. That just means that's another way.
I didn't say possessive.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. We were talking about possessive earlier.
Okay.
So that's when you said like own your bodies. Okay. That's all I meant. But no, that's just a different way to show her that you're attracted to her. It's not really all about telling her you love her, that she's beautiful 3,000 times a day. It doesn't always have to be about that. Like find different ways to.
Got it. And then so I think the biggest piece of this is the whole rejection piece, because if you don't want to have sex with me and I'm telling you you're beautiful and I go try and you push my hand away, I might as well just leave the damn house. Honestly. I mean, it's never happened to me. I'm just imagining like you saying like, no.
What if it ever did?
No.
Lord Jesus.
A hard
What?
time with rejection and rejection to the person that you married, and y'all do this thing like marriage is like the goal, and that's what you wanted your whole life, and I've been waiting for the white picket fence and all that stuff, and then when you get it,
Ate at the table or
I'm saying it just seems to be like I want somebody to settle down. I want to find somebody to settle down with and have this blissful life. But that's only the good things. This is the bad part of marriage, or the things that happen in marriage. And I don't think y'all are prepared for that. So when you reject a man, he's probably going to get in his feelings, because if we rejected you, you'd be on another, it'd be something else. I'll find somebody that want me and all the other stuff. But if we say, "Oh, I'll find somebody we want me," then it's a completely different conversation. It's not a fair trade.
Well, I think it's the same conversation, because I don't think whether a woman says that to a man or if a man says that to a woman, that it'll be two different conversations.
You're serious right now.
It's disrespectful as hell to say that to anyone.
Okay, so being that is, stay on there, it's disrespectful as hell, right? Who would be the first one to say that? Would a man be like, I could find somebody else or whatever? Or would most, more times than not, I'm not saying all, more times than not, whose mouth would that come out of?
I would honestly think that he was fucking somebody else.
Oh,
What if
well,
he's
we
not?
can't. That's crazy.
Amanda, so if you're
No, let her.
no, we're gonna chop it up together.
Okay.
Irregardless, I just need to get this on audio. Amanda,
Go ahead.
if a guy was turning down his wife 4 days in a row, what would you think?
Hold on. You guys asked me specifically.
All right, Amanda, if your man was turning you down sex-wise 4 days in a row, what would you think?
I would think that he was having sex with someone else.
Now you gotta look at me.
No. Okay, what would you
Say it,
think?
say it.
What would you think?
Yeah,
What would you think?
But we can't. You got it. That was the icing on the
They're gonna take that too. We're gonna keep that. We can't, because you know the truth. You know we can't say, "Oh, you must be having sex with somebody else," because that starts a whole nother conversation. And we don't trust you, and now we're paranoid, and now we're insecure, and now we're not the man that you married, and all that other nonsense. But you can say it, just roll right off your tongue.
I didn't say that I would say that. I said that's what I would be thinking.
Okay.
I know what would start an argument. I wouldn't say it.
That's the point of this. We
Exact-
we
but
know
that's-
we would say.
Okay, but that's the thing. I'm saying if I would have said that to a man, I already know that's gonna be an argument. That's because that's not a light statement. Just as if a man was to say that to a woman, it would be some shit. I'm saying it would not be two different conversations. Conversations would go the same way.
I can't cap because
I don't know why. Why do you think that it wouldn't?
Because
What would be the difference?
there's a lot of things that you as a woman can say to a man that we could never say to you and get the same reaction. It's not an even playing field, and that's one of them. If we're in the kitchen, we're married, right? You come up from behind me and like you hug me and everything, you feel me and I'm rock hard and like, yo, chill. That's going to be an issue. But if I come up behind you and do
is
that
an
to
issue
you,
because why you rock hard and you don't want me? What's going on?
niggas just be hard to be hard. It'd be random. Sometimes it don't even be you.
Oh, okay. Continue.
That's a fact though. Like, I'm like, I don't know why he's like, yo, my girl be like, oh, he looking at me. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's just looking around.
the average man gets an erection every like 30 seconds, and it might be a small erection or whatever, but the average man,
Every 30 seconds?
it's something crazy. It's
I
got
was
a
about to
three in
say
it.
that's...
He got a 3 in it. Yo, the crazy thing is,
Okay, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying that it has nothing to do with sex. It just be happening.
It's a health fact. Marie, can you look up this health fact, please?
Yes, what would you like me to
The average man gets an erection.
It's ready.
How many times?
you know what's weird? I don't know why, but this don't be any like sexual thoughts. But every time I'm on the plane and then I land, something happens and I be like, damn, now I gotta get up, like, cause this shit is outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? I swear, like, I don't know if it's the change of gravity, but like,
Freedom, nigga. That's
Oh, well, doesn't it happen in the morning as well?
cut that clip. What that fucking clip? I didn't think about it. Cut that clip. I subconsciously know what the fuck going on.
What'd you say?
It says men get about an average of 11 erections.
That's what I'm saying. And you just caught me, and I was just
One of the 11, yeah. So literal.
My wife had an abortion after she found out I cheated. It all began after an after-work team building event filled with drinks and good times. Afterwards, a coworker invited 4 of us back to their place for more drinks. And somehow, I ended up sleeping with my coworker, Lucy.
Her name Lucy.
No, I mean, this is...
I love Lucy.
Reddit is always
Lucy.
This is Reddit.
All right.
The next day, I apologized to Lucy and said this was a mistake and I love my wife. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Lucy immediately confessed to my wife and told her everything. When my wife asked me about what happened, I immediately confessed everything. She had a minimal reaction to what happened. She disappeared for a few days. I assumed she was with some friends. However, upon her return, she asked me for a divorce and asked me to move out. When I said, "What about the baby?" she then revealed that she had an abortion.
She's psychotic. Good for you, bro. I don't want to be with no woman that can just kill a baby and just hand me divorce papers.
That's when divorce. She asked for a divorce.
Either or.
Well, this one is, I actually don't even remember the first one anymore. At all.
How do you
remember?
As a man or who?
How would you deal? Okay, this is their man. Okay, this is their
My first child?
Yeah, this is their first child.
And I'm married?
She's bugging.
She's 4 months pregnant.
She's getting aborted.
Right? And then he does go out. He has a good time. And when he comes back, he is upfront. He says, "I'm sorry. I did do this." And she's kind of like shell-shocked. She doesn't say anything. And she disappears. He's thinking like, "I'll do whatever you want." He's on his knees. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I drank too much. It didn't mean for it to happen." And yeah, she had an abortion.
Well, Lucy told the wife to begin with, though, right? So he came home to that. He came home to knowing that she already knew. So he was already caught. So of course he was sorry.
Did Lucy say that?
Lucy said that Lucy immediately told the wife.
Right, but did Lucy tell him that she told the wife?
Yeah, why would you tell her? Lucy bugging.
So he didn't.
Woman
know,
would have
but he
sex
was
with a man and have
telling
loyalty to his girl is crazy to me. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
You wouldn't have known.
Lucy's wild, disrespectful.
Nah, he walked in the house and he knew what was up.
No, he's not. She's wrong. Like, the thing is...
Wait.
It was Lucy's house? Was it Lucy's house?
No, it wasn't. It was
a retreat.
Coworker.
It was a work retreat.
It was a work retreat.
No, it started off as a team building event.
That's what they call it.
Some coworkers said, "Hey guys, let's go back to my spot. Let's have more drinks and chill."
Mm-hmm.
So the team building ended.
Voluntary hangout.
Yes.
So you went back to somebody's crib and y'all had more drinks, and that's how you slept with Lucy.
Well,
He's been about to fuck Lucy, though.
Lucy been plotting on him.
That's why.
That's why her feelings were hurt when the next day he was like, "This was a mistake. This should never happen." She was hurt as fuck.
It was
and that's why she went back to
That's
the wife
why.
and snitched.
No, he just loved his wife. He just wanted to have fun. That was all it was, in my opinion. I think, but however, you said what? You agree with me? Some women don't understand that, they can be sexually used for, temporary happiness and not really loved. And then that actually triggers something and makes her blow up the whole relationship that he may have at home. But irregardless, the bigger problem that I have is that now I look at it from another lens, but if my wife was so upset that she aborted our child because of my infidelity, I would be hurt, but in all honesty, I'd be like, and then she asked me for the divorce. It would just suck. It would be a terrible situation, but I would not want to opt out to be a co-parent anyways. So if she was really committed to that, honestly, I don't think, even if she could forgive me for cheating, I couldn't forgive her for how she, went about handling our first child together. And there would be no rekindling. after that. Even if the divorce doesn't happen, or the divorce does happen and 5 or 10 years later, she wants to try to get things through and she realizes, that I was just being foolish at that time or whatever the case may be. And I couldn't trust her because you were willing to harm something that didn't do anything to us, as well as potentially yourself, because of a mistake that I made. Now, if she does stick through it and say, well, I'm getting a divorce with you and I'm done, probably better for that child, because that child growing up in this type of world with 2 parents, especially a woman who's now mad because you were cheating on her, you don't know how she would treat you as the co-parent and what that child would go through as the suffering because of the bad relationship that its parents would have. So it might have been something, a blessing in disguise. That sounds terrible.
He can't live without her.
Of course he is, because
he's just sorry.
Yeah, he's sorry.
He's just sorry.
I think there's many layers to this, and if you
This
just,
is also
I think he's been
his
trying to
wife.
who hasn't?
I don't.
They work together, and they talk
I
about
love
team
that
building.
You guys are saying that he's just sorry, as if like
He said he's
niggas will
sorry.
and then you concurred.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying he's sorry he got caught.
He's so sorry.
This
He's
was
sorry.
also his wife. Like, let's not just
No man
make
wants to
it-
lose their family. Let's make
Right,
that
like,
clear.
Let's not make it seem like, oh, he's just saying that because he wants her to forgive him. Like, no, it's much more than that. That's his wife, and they were having a child together. Now, she did leave for a couple of days, I guess, to clear her head,
No,
make
that
her
was to get the abortion.
correct. But we didn't know if she directly said, I'm going to disappear because I need to get an abortion. She didn't say anything. So it's just like she could have took some time
3 days.
to think about it, yes. And then she probably got the abortion on the last day and came home after the abortion.
That's sick. If you could come home and be like not
Because if
just,
she's
like in tears after you just aborted your child and just say I want a divorce.
wherever she
I
was
realize
for the
that
3 days, that's where all her tears was at.
If she's emotionally unstable, honestly, you gotta be crazy. Because like the thing is, a baby is still a baby, and I feel like every woman who wants a baby, that whole pregnancy, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know. Maybe Marie and Yumi, you two have went through the pregnancy, and had babies. I don't know, but any woman who has, especially if this is their first baby with her husband, I'm not saying like just a random Joe on the street. It's her husband that she's having her first child with. That whole experience is like sacred to women. And I feel like even if the relationship was bad before, or even if it was good before, it can be destroyed throughout that 9 months of pregnancy that she's going through. But to like, women like fall in love. I don't know. Women fall in love with something that's in their stomach that they don't even know what it is yet. It'd be a plant. And it's like, oh my God, it's my baby. And it's like, it's not even a baby. It's a seed.
It's a bean.
It's not even a bean. It's a sperm cell, right? Like you can't even see it.
Probably a stomach virus.
It's right? And it's like when a woman gets pregnant and she hears she's pregnant, out of nowhere, I feel like she just visualizes a whole child in her stomach, but she's only 4 or 8 weeks pregnant. It's like this shit is not even here. But
I don't even agree with what you're saying, honestly.
you think
'cause
that women care? I mean, there are some women who don't care.
I agree with everything that you said before.
I'm not saying I don't agree with women not feeling the nurturing, all that stuff about the little pee and whatever. I'm saying there are I feel like there is a large percentage of women that probably don't come out and discuss how they didn't want to be pregnant to begin with. And the fact that she left the marriage, or she left for 3 days, 1, I don't know where the hell you went, right? 2, you could have had a side dude. 3, if you came back with divorce papers and you aborted the baby, you didn't want the baby. So that feeling that you're talking about right now, that all the nurture, all that stuff, she was waiting for him to mess up. She was probably looking for her out because you were going to get divorced and lose your child. You want nothing to do with this man. That's clear.
She's sick. I'd have been like, thanks.
That's a preview of what your marriage is going to look like.
Yeah, I'd have told
Or-
her.
she's a battered
maybe
woman.
she did have that nurturing feeling and just imagined going through this pregnancy with her husband, who she loves oh so much, to be a different experience, and knowing that her husband cheated on her while she was pregnant
That's a psychopath.
just
Thank you.
kind of ruined the pregnancy for her.
No, you're.
You don't.
But
you don't
a lot of women
abort a
on
baby.
Reddit, a lot of to Amanda's piece, what you're saying, a lot of women on Reddit were basically I think it was women, were just basically like, it's a preview of what's to come.
Him cheating.
Yeah,
like
it's also
because
for
they
men
say that
too,
a
though.
lot of abuse essentially begin when a woman becomes pregnant. So it's kind of like securing, making sure that now you have her in the hook. In terms of some of the literature, is that now that you know you've got her in the hook, now you can actually start the abuse. So some of the people on Reddit were basically like, you dodged a bullet, you did the right thing, because this probably was a preview of what was to come for the rest of the relationship.
I feel like that's so stupid, and whoever said that needs to delete their Reddit account. Like, are you serious? I mean, I'm not saying this in a way, but in a poetic way. But when a man has a baby, he is willing to, most times, right? I'm not gonna say most time. When a lot of men do have babies with their wife, I'm not saying with the random girl, with the woman that he decided to propose and marry, and it's his first baby, everything changes. She changes. He changes, they change, their relationship dynamic change, and everybody's undergoing an extreme amount of changes, and oftentimes, it causes friction in a relationship. And I really do think that it also brings them together if they were truly married with, for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because you have procreated something that's literally looking at both of you that looks probably like both of you. And you guys are in this like state of like euphoria, right? And to say that what's happening prior to us having a family is going to happen after us having a family is like not even reality. Like, you know how some women say that they're not married, they're single until they're married? I feel like a lot of men don't feel like they're in a relationship till they become a father. When I become a father is when I feel like I'm in a relationship, in a marriage with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You need something that's gonna really tie you to.
For a woman, the emphasis is a ring. For a man, an emphasis is a family, right? So when I see that I have a family here, it's like, whoa, everything changes. I don't want to lose this. I got to protect this. I got to try to do what I can to the best of my ability. And it sounds crazy, but this is how some men think, including myself. If I just have a woman, I'm like, okay, this is a relationship. Even if I marry her, this is my wife, but it's a relationship. It hasn't become a family. We haven't actually brought kids into this world. We're not raising a family together. So for men like myself, we don't view it the same. Now for a woman, she might be like, I'm single, but the second I have a ring, I am no longer single. We could have been dating for 15 years, but if she don't get that ring, she's still single in her mind until that ring happens. So that grand gesture or that grand event that happens within their relationship, I think from different sexes actually makes the whole like severity of the relationship come to perspective for each of them.
Sounds like you're saying that we don't get serious until we put a baby in you.
I don't even say put a baby till you see it come out. Like,
but then if that's the case, that's ass backwards though, because this whole time she's probably expecting something more. So they're already not on the same page. So just because you put a baby in a woman doesn't mean you've practiced to be a husband.
And that's why women be trapping you guys. That's when you're going to take us serious. Let me not say us. I don't do that. But
true.
yeah, women trap guys because if that's what it takes for you to look at me seriously, for you to see me as a wife, your partner, or anything of the sort, I got to give you a baby.
And on that note, that's why
baster.
she was able to get rid of it in 4 days, because she's a fucking psychopath, and she came back with divorce papers. So that train of thought that like, I'm going to keep him.
Yep.
I'm going to keep a whole life. The papers wasn't nothing.
I didn't.
Yep, the papers.
No. I'm sorry.
She asked for a divorce and asked him to move out. She didn't have divorce papers in her hand.
She asked for a divorce and asked him to move out after she got rid of the baby.
I think that her getting an abortion was a very impulsive decision, and she was still in her hurt. She probably will later down the line regret that.
That's still psychotic. You see how far you're willing to go because of your emotions?
She was hurt.
Very unhinged, a little.
You,
A little?
like, yo, we're going to stop doing this. Like,
We're gonna stop making this lady seem like she's psychotic.
she is psychotic.
She's psychotic.
And that's psychotic.
Oh, like I think like she was very unregulated. And
Why do we do this, Marie? Why?
Because we're being real.
No.
Like
not.
calling some,
That's
like
not
just writing
real.
someone off as psycho is just not.
That's-
you guys know what a psychopath is.
Okay, then sociopath. Can we use sociopath?
Definitely not a sociopath.
Okay.
All right, what is she?
She's crazy.
She's clear.
I think she was very unregulated.
She's definitely, that makes her crazy.
Well, I think we all got a little crazy sometimes.
No.
No, don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think men could have abortions as much as women if we were able to get pregnant.
It depends on how we could have.
Would annihilate the whole population.
If you guys were able to get pregnant,
We probably would,
you
because
guys
we don't
will
trust
have
y'all.
several
We
abortions.
don't trust y'all.
You dirty rats.
You would annihilate the whole population.
Yeah. You
Yo,
guys would be absolutely disgusting.
yo, if we could have babies though, I guarantee you our babies would be better raised. I swear to God.
Dude, we would.
You know how what like single dads would be like, nah, I definitely, I let the single mom come through. Single moms be like, fuck that nigga. Nah, he cheated on you. Yeah, don't ever let. I swear to God, this shit blew my high. I gotta talk about this, right? Hot 97. They had the gurus, I think, right? The little guru segment. Shout out to Hot 97, Ebro, the morning, all y'all, whatever.
Yeah.
They had somebody call in or send an email about a situation where this girl was dating this guy for I think like a couple years, and she got pregnant. They were dating, but they weren't in a relationship, so they were sleeping around. And she got pregnant, and they were older. He already had a kid that was like 14 or something, and she had a kid around the same age. And he was already telling her that he didn't want to do any kids at this time in his life. So then throughout her pregnancy, he's been inconsistent. He has like, he'll pop in, but then he won't play the role. He won't go to the doctor's appointments, but then he'll ask how the doctor appointment went. And so what her question was at the end was, should she tell him when the baby is due? Should she invite him to the labor of the child? Because she doesn't want him there because of his inconsistency. She'd rather just have her daughter there. And for me, I was like, what is wrong with you? I don't even know. But the thing for me was like, why? If he's being inconsistent, why would you even just? Well, I had a couple different things to say. I actually tried to call them niggas, like, yo, like, come on, bro, like, I need to tell y'all. But if he's being inconsistent,
Why have the baby?
no, why not just tell him? And you should probably expect him not to be there, right? One, if you're basing it off his patterns. Two, even if, and I speak on a more, this topic is more sensitive because I feel like that kind of was like my situation. I wasn't inconsistent, but me and my girl were not seeing eye to eye throughout her pregnancy. And because of that, but that didn't stop me from being there. You know what I'm saying? And when I was there, that kind of made everything click for me. You know what I'm saying? It helped me put everything into perspective. So I'm not saying that will be his story, but I feel like a lot of men don't get it until they have their baby in their arms. We don't feel your pregnancy. We don't feel you carrying. We don't feel the baby kicking. We don't feel the baby moving. All we do is visualize what might be in your stomach. And then when the baby comes out, that's when we can actually feel what you felt throughout your pregnancy. That's just what it is. So and then on top of that, you're going to create a battle that is, only one that's going to suffer is that baby. Because even though this man is inconsistent in being at your doctor's appointment, and although he is 100% wrong, but if you just have the baby sneakily, and then this man could grow a type of bitterness to you that will be unforgivable. And now the only thing that's going to suffer is the baby, because you wanted to put your feelings involved in your pregnancy. We got to stop taking the pregnancy as a personal thing. Men too, because the only one that's going to suffer is what comes out of it. And that's like the thing that I just can't fathom, when women do that and they go through these extreme emotions because they're pregnant and they make these extreme decisions. And I do know that your hormones might not be, regulated because of all the different things that are going on in your body, but still, it does not make it okay for you to just go out and randomly get an abortion because you found out your spouse cheated on you. It doesn't make sense that you don't like what's happening within your relationship, so you just try to rob the man of the moment of his child being birthed. That's not a proper solution for anybody, or conducive for the future of your co-parenting potentially, or the child, or the child's life. That's just my take.
I agree. I feel like it's like a power play. I feel like it's a power play that women use because they're carrying the baby. This is just my opinion. Like, I feel like some women are like, I'm the one carrying, and you're right, you are the one carrying the baby, but that doesn't mean the baby's not leverage.
Can you say that again?
The baby should not be leveraged. That's not its purpose.
You trying to say it's our fault?
It is.
It's my fault I got a daughter?
No way, but that's how they used to. No, but that's how they used to treat women, though.
They used to, but like
used to toss women to the side if they didn't give you a
You
son.
have 2 X chromosomes.
Because technically my son was there, but your body killed him and allowed the woman in.
Boy, if you sit down.
My son, I didn't just have all X chromosomes. Like, there was a mix. Yo, you control the only thing. I'm not going to say the only thing. I can't speak for all men. But a woman that has their baby, has a man's child, and is in full custody of a man's child, you hold the thing that is most precious to that man that actually cares about being in his child's life.
That's why these parents be in and out of the courtroom, because let me snatch all that power you think you have.
Have you been to court?
She doesn't even have a kid.
What? I don't have a kid, but
Thank you.
I'm just saying the petty arguments between parents and trying to get custody, and she won't allow me to do this,
It's not.
and getting to court for every little thing.
It's not a petty argument if that is half your child. Like, that's your child. Nothing is petty. The arguments aren't petty. It's with the actions that you do that make it petty. Because if you can lay down and have my child, then I should be entitled to pick up my child and see my child and do what I'm supposed to do for my child, period.
Okay, so nothing about your child is a petty argument.
It shouldn't be.
The boyfriend of 6 months shouldn't be around your child. Is that not a petty argument? To me, that shit seems petty as fuck to me.
First of all, when you bring other people around your child, I have to trust the fact that you have some goddamn sense, and you're making a wise decision for the welfare of our child. I don't get to tell you who you can and can't bring around my child. I can't. I'll never have that power.
You know how many times that we've heard over and over and over again, and I hate to say it, and I think about this, because I have a daughter. How many times that we've heard stories, countless stories of stepfathers doing things to the stepdaughters
Or the boyfriend.
or the boyfriend
Or the stepsons.
or the
Let's keep it real,
stepson.
period.
And it's like, and they do it not only to girls, they do it to boys too. And so me arguing about your 6-month boyfriend being around my child will never be petty. Because guess what? And I had this conversation
Don't be adding shit.
I had this
You gotta add to it.
I had this conversation with my girl too. Like, no offense, like she left. Well, I don't want to say she left, but in her church they take the toddlers to a different room, and I was like, don't you ever allow my daughter to go to a different room with no one. I don't care if it's your deacon, your pastor, your sister, your nun. I don't care who it is. Don't ever put my daughter in position that's out of your sight. And I was like, because guess what? All it takes is one situation that you can't undo for my daughter.
Facts.
You can't undo for my child. So I'm not playing that game. There's not a petty argument. It's not, whether it's 6 months of your dating, whether it's your uncle that you wanted to just leave around, and don't ever put my child in a position where harm could be done and you can't be there to stop it or regulate or not stop it, but prevent it. I'm not playing that game. And I understand what he's saying. I'm not in that position right now, right? And I hope I'm not. But if I was in that position and my girl was trying to, or my ex is trying to tell me that it doesn't matter who she brings around my child, yes, the fuck it does.
That's a losing argument because there's nothing you can do about it.
I think that's what creates the resentment and the conflict.
The resentment was there before because obviously if you guys have a child together and you're not together, there was already some type of resentment that kept y'all apart. So I think the piece of having a child, not the piece, but like using the child as like, women use a child as a pawn, if we could be honest. Like women use children as a pawn. It's fucking terrible and it should stop. That's all I'll say about that.
You know what? Okay, I've just been in the middle of a lot of custody issues when I was a clinician in terms of doing like custody cases. Both people will often use the kids, and they'll spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars going back and forth in terms of custody and getting like the psychologist and everybody involved to be like, I'm the better parent. I'm the better parent. This is da-da-da-da. Both people will often, depending socioeconomically, use the kids as a pawn.
I don't
Not
agree.
just the women.
I don't agree.
Well, I mean, if you say like, has it happened on both sides? Yes, but we're talking.
That's what I've seen in terms of the work that I've done.
I don't think a man can. I don't think a man's in a position to use their child as a pawn. I think at that point he's fighting for his rights. So he doesn't have. There's no power in making the child a pawn.
No,
You just want what's yours, and what you're entitled to. So it's not like I own something or like I have 100% custody where I can say now I'm taking that back. I'm literally fighting to have my custody.
I've seen a husband he is in no position, and he was financially extremely well off.
A husband.
Yeah, no.
So we're talking about marriage. We're not talking about.
No. They actually weren't even married.
Okay.
But he was extremely well off and financially in a much superior position.
Mm-hmm.
But he works so many hours,
Mm-hmm.
no position to actually spend time with the kids, raise the kids or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing kind of like what's best for the kid. This is what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, well, who's gonna watch? He's like, I have people to watch the kids. So why wouldn't you want the children with mom? It's like because
He might know something again because he
believe me,
might know. Okay, each case
he's
is different.
in a position to tell me the worst about her so that
course.
he wins the case.
Yes, but he also knows the worst about her.
No, I know. So I'm telling you, he's in a position. So tell me, why should you get full custody? I want to know, like, why you're not in a position to actually spend quality time with these kids. So, like, what is it? Tell me, because I want to know.
But why can't he make an adjustment? Like, why do we think that men can't find? Like, okay, she's gonna have to go to work too.
But I'm just telling you.
And if he's wealthy, why doesn't he just? He has his wealth.
I have the ability to stop work and be okay.
He did it. He wasn't going to stop working.
All right, but I'm saying,
Situation.
but he has the ability to. If he's well off,
I'm just telling you, people are people. This is the point I was trying to make. He was very resentful of how she went about getting money from him. Like he was like very resentful about it. And so he was like, I'm going to show you, don't ever play with me. And he was so blindsided by that it impacted his decision making. Ultimately, I'm just trying to say, whether you're a man or a woman, ultimately we're people at the end of the day. So sometimes some of the way you go about it's going to be skewed. So it's not just women who may use children.
Yeah, we're not saying just, we're saying majority. And that's a different type of case. Because that's a man who got money. And he had money to even fight that fight.
Where
A lot of men don't even have the funds to fight that fight. I know a person who became a stripper to actually fund him winning the custody of his daughter.
A male stripper?
A male stripper. He became a male stripper just to win the custody of his daughter. He actually
Was he a good
he
stripper?
won. It took him 5 years. It took him, but like what I'm saying is like, when I heard the story, I'm like,
He making money?
I mean, you had to, because you got to think about how much money it costs to win a custody battle over a woman. Like, and then we sit here And I'm not going to lie, Marie, I don't like that because we sit here and we try to make it seem as if the odds of the scenario is equal, and it's not.
It never is.
It never was.
Like you were able to use his money. The fact that she was with him, he probably had money before she got with him. And that probably could have been the play the whole time.
Could have.
So he might, I don't know the situation, but
Anyway,
it's never that
I'm
situation.
still unbiased.
Rarely ever. Yeah.
Rarely ever, not never, sorry.
And then you get a situation like Enough. when
Jennifer Lopez?
when niggas start hunting you down.
Not him being abusive.
I 100%, I want to say I do not agree with this. But a lot of times what would happen back in the day, like, you know, I'm talking pre-1920s, is that when a woman started acting up when she had your kid, you know what she did? I mean, what the guy did? He was like, all right, I'm good. I'll just go start a new family. And he would just leave.
I know somebody who did that.
He would just leave. Like, it's so unfair to the child.
That's
But
niggas.
and we do talk about taboo topics on 8 at the table, but he's like, I got 2 kids with you. You acting like a straight bitch. You fucking driving me crazy. That's what's up. I moved my ass over
That's
to
what's up.
motherfucking Maryland. I moved my ass over to motherfucking
Start a whole
Virginia.
new life.
I start over. I get a new life. And you know what happens? And you guys seen this shit in movies. Everybody in this room seen this shit in movies. Child comes up to the door. You abandoned me when I was a child. It's always ringing the bell in a big ass house with a new family. Nigga mad happy. Y'all seen this, right?
Now that's so true.
Mike back.
So if I ever heard nonsense, that was it. Because really, prior to really, in terms of the early 1900s, late 1800s, children automatically were going to go to the father. Like, women had actually no parental right.
That's because they weren't working either.
But no, because women had no rights. So if you had no rights, that means you had no parental rights. So
You see what happens now when you give them rights?
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding. you give them a little bit and they take
No,
them out.
so, like,
now I can't see my kid at all.
I get it. We're living in the now, so we're saying how unjust it is.
Mhm.
But a woman, even in the worst case scenario, she couldn't leave, because if she left, that means she automatically lost custody of her children. She had no rights.
So was this the time that, because I always get confused when women say they want a traditional man. This is the part, no, I just don't, I never know.
When he was being a traditional man.
I never know what's
Yeah,
fiction.
yes.
Because it's from the 1920s and the 1940s and you guys had rights.
Listening to this passive
So-
aggression,
No,
What?
aggressiveness.
no, it's not crazy. No, asking a serious question because
Okay.
this is a serious question.
Okay.
And I'm not being funny.
I hope so.
I'm being dead serious.
Okay.
So, are there parts of the traditional man that you guys want, but or the traditional relationship that you guys want, and then parts that you don't want, or is it just
No,
100%?
see, the thing is, I think what the problem.
We answered that. I was about to say, actually, Marie, you got that one, because I don't want a man.
Hey, see,
You really don't?
I don't know.
I'll take Marie. Go ahead, Marie.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Still figuring it out.
it doesn't always have to be an extreme, right? And I think this is where we always fall short of each other. And I think part of the problem is when we're talking about in terms of the 1800s and the early 1900s, right? When we're like, oh, if I leave, that means I have absolutely, in these extreme cases, right? And they're always extreme cases where someone is like, damn, I'm being abused, I'm being murdered here, and I don't want to leave because my children are here, right? And so as a result, you have extreme situations happening. When a woman says they want there's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't say it was.
We just have to find the best. Just because I want a traditional man doesn't mean I want to be oppressed. I'm looking for partnership. I'm willing to what that looks like. If that means for us, that means I'm willing to submit. That means we.
So that's my question to you. So if let's stay with the submit piece. If the submit piece is like, say, I don't know, we'll say the 70s, right? I just want to put a time period.
Though.
But if there's not an era, they were killing women at some point in the 1900s, 1800s, I'm sure. They were beating women.
Right.
And all along, 1920s, they were leaving women. There's people, I'm sure, in all of our family that started families in other places, just up and left the women, right? And that's been going on from 1920s till 1990s, maybe even now.
Right.
I'm asking, what part of the traditional relationship are y'all trying to keep? Is it the part where we went to work and y'all stayed home? I know I'm not being funny. I know you're looking at me funny. I'm asking. I always wonder whenever I hear this on the internet, what part is it? Is it a part of the provide and protector? Because when you get provided and protected for, if you're going with the tradition, a lot of shit that you don't want comes with that. That's a serious question. I'm not being facetious. I'm always curious as when you guys say, I want a traditional man, what exactly
does that look like?
What does that look like?
In my opinion,
Sure.
I think it looks different for different women, right? Personally speaking, and Alan knows this, I've never wanted to be a housewife. I don't have the constitution for it. So listen, so when you have some women who might say, oh, I want the traditional relationship. What that looks like for me is I need to be a housewife. He needs to be the provider. I'm going to take care of the house and I'm going to do that. And he's going to take care of everything financially. And that looks like that, right? Mm-hmm. For some women, it might be like, you know what? I want a traditional relationship where a man is a man. I'm not.
Okay. That's where you lost me. So
what does that mean? What is a man is a man? What is a man then?
Can I ask them?
I didn't even get to hear what that meant.
You know good and well I don't want to be a housewife.
Okay, so can I?
What is a man?
She already said
man?
that though.
I told.
We didn't even really get the explanation for the second part.
because she said when a man is a man.
What does that
But
mean?
you didn't let her finish.
No, I do like.
What does a man is a man mean?
Okay, so
gonna listen to her.
You were speaking about your aunt and how she's very
aunt,
and she's very dominant in that relationship, and she doesn't really allow him to take that place of what we would call in terms of a traditional man in that role. I would not want that. I don't need to be the dominating factor in my relationship.
So we're talking about authority now. I want to make sure
No, we can't say the word. I can't like.
Oh, fine. I don't care. You can call it authority. You can call it a man. You can call it whatever.
That's what. Listen, can I ask them? Alan? When you women say, "I want a traditional man," I'm asking a serious question. I'm not being funny. What does a traditional man mean for you? That is my question.
They're gonna comment.
Yeah,
please comment. And I'm not being funny. I'm being completely serious because we're gonna keep this last part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, some of you don't want to be housewives because you're super independent, and I don't want to be under no man's thumb.
We're just independent. They didn't have to be super independent.
Oh yeah.
Not that.
Yeah.
If it's not that, and then some of you want a man, and then some of you don't want anybody to not have control, and some of you want a man to lead. I'm asking a serious question. What do you women want? Leave it in the comments. What do you want when you say a traditional man? Okay? I don't want to see loyalty. I want to see 1, 2, 3. Yes, loyalty can be a part of it, but if we're talking tradition, we were talking about men that left their houses, had other women.
Alan made up that stat.
We have people, I think it's in all of our family, or in most of our families, that a man has left the house and started a new family somewhere. Because they could. There was no internet. There was no social media. Mm-hmm. Some of them were truck drivers, and they went to other cities, and they had children. That's in my family. I know that's true. That's my question. That's my question.
I feel like you said that you have like a real question and you really want to know. I know, and you want the answer to it, but you already have like formulated your own like thoughts.
Yeah, y'all don't know what it is.
But I'm like, okay, when you first started talking, I'm like, okay, you're being passive aggressive because you already have a thought and you're just like asking rhetorically, like, what do you guys really want? And
zero passive aggression. I'm asking you a question that I would like an answer to. That's it. Just because.
Is it like, do you find like there's like some confusion around that?
There is confusion.
There is
because
a lot.
As two men sitting up here and Alan sitting in the back, we all agree that when we hear, I want a traditional man, he can't tell you what that means, I can't tell you what that means, and he can't tell you what that means.
Well,
and
Alan, can you not?
You can't tell me what it means, she hasn't said what it means, and she hasn't said what it means.
No, but hold on. I think, excuse me, Alan, I think because in my opinion, it may look different for different
Which
women.
it should. I'm not saying it shouldn't,
Right.
but you said you don't want to be a housewife.
No,
That's-
I may not want to be a housewife,
right.
but it's not rooted in this ideology of I'm an independent woman. That's
Okay.
not what it's rooted in.
So list it.
In terms of what?
What if you don't want to be a traditional woman? I mean, you don't want to be you don't want a traditional man.
No, I said, no, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I said some women
Okay.
might say traditionally, oh, yeah, I want a traditional man. So what that looks like for me,
Mhm.
that I'm a housewife.
Got
Where
it.
someone else might
Yes.
say, oh, I still want a traditional man, but I want a partnership where it looks different.
What the hell is the traditional man when in a
I still haven't
partnership?
gotten an answer.
Somebody who takes control,
Okay.
somebody who is the authority, someone and which comes with leadership, right? Marie, can you be with the man who does not put makri in her place?
He will never have to.
Oh, you stay in your place?
I stay in my
said,
lane.
I know.
But you know what's crazy, Marie? I can actually see that. But the problem is,
in my lane.
now,
She's a traditional Haitian woman.
and they stay in their lane. I like that.
Maybe what might give some clarity,
All right.
right, in terms of what is a traditional man. Like, if you could define it, if you can give
If
your
I can define a traditional man,
what's your definition of a traditional man?
I couldn't tell you what a traditional man was because I haven't been. I don't know what I'm a man and I don't know what a traditional man is.
So maybe that's why there's some confusion.
So you're telling me
around it?
y'all are asking for
No,
something
I'm
that
just
I don't know?
I'm asking. No, I'm really asking because I'm like listening to you, and you're like, oh, whatever.
Asking for something that I
Like,
don't know.
if you know what A is,
Yes.
right? If you know A is defined as A plus B equals C, it's a clear definition,
Got it.
right?
Yes.
There's no gray area.
All right.
So when somebody's saying, I want a traditional man,
Mhm.
equal definition, a traditional man equals this.
A traditional man.
I was about to say, it ain't Google, it's Allen's.
Let him go.
Traditional man is a man who does not let a woman get in the way of him being a man. That's it. No, that's
I'm with that 100%.
Traditional man is a man that does not allow a woman to get in the way of him being a man. Because women have this fucking plague on stopping you from being a man. Anything you do is manly is a fucking problem for them. If I want to go do this, it's a fucking problem. If you at a bar, nigga, talking shit, it's a fucking problem. If I gotta get up and go get money, it's a fucking problem. So the minute the man allows a woman to get in the way of him being a man, he is no longer a fucking man.
Yep.
Because and
Traditional
you know,
man.
and do you know what a woman's number one job is?
To fuck your shit up.
To be in the fucking way of you being a man.
Oh, that's their
You know what's
number one
crazy?
job.
Wait.
Thank you. Hair from Ed at the table.
know
That's
what's
a
crazy?
woman's number one job is to fuck men's shit up. Say it again, producer.
That's a vague definition.
But look, so I was actually on live.
Vague.
I was on live with I think her name is Sarah from It's Giving podcast in Atlanta, right? And we had a very good conversation. And you know what she said to me? It's like a natural thing for a woman to just test/challenge a man.
That's what's her face. That's what she said when she was
just
here,
to
too.
make sure.
Sandra said that. Yeah.
She said that.
Sandra
Just
said
to make sure that he can still be the man, and they want to see it. Like, it's like a woman gets attracted to her getting put in her place. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like negative now because of 2024 language rules, but in all actuality, that's just is what it is. When a man can then rise up, be a man, and prevent you from getting in the way of him being a man, it allows. It's like her checking in with your masculinity. And
which sounds fucking nuts.
And it is fucking crazy.
Shout out to Cassandra.
You can't
Even
be a
when you
man in
explained
peace.
Even when you explained it, it sounded nuts because why are you, not you, Cassandra, because you did a great job. Why are you as women doing these tests to test a man that you said you wanted and you said you want him to be free and communicate with you? So
That's someone
Do you-
dysregulated.
who? We have to go out and we have to be 100% man at all times. All right. And so when you say, I want a man that's a man, in our eyes and our ears and our heart and our body, we are already living as men. When your definition is, I need you to be a man, we're not just we're not one thing. because I was telling her, we are already protecting you from things that you don't see. We're already protecting ourselves from things you don't see. We are already providing that security that you don't see, which is that protection. So if that's what your basis is protect and provide and whatever, say you want to be taken care of. Say you no longer want to work and you want me to pay all of your bills, or you want a man to pay all your bills. That would be so clear, and that would eliminate most of the field, because a man's going to say, I work too damn hard to pay your bills. For what? In exchange for some sex?
But I think a lot of women are vocal about that, especially now.
Yeah, but they're not
saying,
sacrificing.
no, I'm just saying, like, I think, right, a lot of women are being very vocal saying that they want you to pay their bills.
Yeah, but Marie.
But you're missing the first part, because you want us to be a man while criticizing us being men.
But not being women.
Oh.
And I think that's like,
What's not being women?
there's give and take, right? So if you want me to be the man and that's going to provide and pay all of your bills and take care of you, you have to be a woman who is going to be following my lead.
Mm.
You have to be a non-combative woman. You have to be a trusting woman of my decisions, even when you don't understand them. And those things are what make you a woman, in which women are having a hard time relinquishing. So now they're wanting a man to be a man without her having to do the sacrificing that a woman should be doing. And Yumi's hilarious.
Was that the Arsenio? That's
No, listen to this. I want to say this. Rome and Hundo, listen to this, right?
And Amanda
Amanda's
says she's
here.
a woman,
Amanda's
but
here.
Amanda said
Amanda's always,
Amanda said-
I'll give that to Amanda. Amanda's very feminine. She's
Amanda
always had a
doesn't
feminine
want-
energy. She's not a
listen.
masculine woman.
Are
I'll
you
give her that.
drunk?
Okay, hold on.
This shit. I will flip every camera light.
She's not a masculine.
Oh my fucking Lanta. My Lanta. I don't even want to see.
I remember that. I remember when we was in New York. We used to film in New York, and I used to. I'm producing the show.
What?
Let me hear what he's gonna.
No, I don't even want to look at
I want to hear what he's gonna.
Yo, we used to be in New York. Yo, I'm not gonna say that. We used to have a cast full of masculine energy women. Amanda used to just sweep with her femininity. Damn, y'all do all of that. And then I used to be like, that was interesting.
Rico, calm down. Rico, calm down. Rico, calm down.
That was the most masculine thing ever. You know what the man?
Oh,
you know what the man would say?
Amanda was always.
Nah,
I watch every single footage.
Alan, this is what Amanda would do. Amanda would do what a man would do. You know what a man would do?
ain't trying to hear that.
I'm not finna argue with y'all.
That's it. I ain't trying to hear that.
I'm about to hurt. Amanda would be like, I don't got
Used to be there, and I remember we did a
Yo, what?
we did a
I'm about to lose my
February
shit.
14th.
I don't know where to
did a
stand or where to
Valentine's
go.
Day thing. Yeah, yo, Amanda from Valentine. No, we did a girl talk, and I remember SC. All of them was there, and they were like, it was Amanda and Aaron. They got together. She was like, no,
Two masculines. Two masculines. And look who survived.
I wanna use an example, right? I wanna say this example. Listen to this. This is the thing about the women, right? A woman will tell you, like, you know, God forbid there's a war, and you're a young guy, whatever, and you're married, and she's like, oh my God, baby, please don't go to war. You can't go to war. You could get killed. And this guy's like, well, I heard there's an out where I may not have to go to war and fight war. She's like, baby, please. She's crying every night in the bed. Don't go to war. And then, you know what?
You're changing times.
I found out if I sign up for this, I'm not going to have to go to war. He signs up for it. He doesn't go to war. The war's over. 4 years past, everything else. 3 niggas from the neighborhood did go to war. They come home. Damn, that's a man, honey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a woman for you.
You are fine.
And his muscles is poking out his goddamn Marine shirt.
All of a sudden, you having the barbecue. 2 of them came from the war. Hey, what's going on? Hey. She's like, honey, they just came from. Yeah, they're so strong and brave. They told me not to go to war.
No, but Alan, but no, but
on that one decision.
no, but Marie,
Shut up and sit down.
Alan, you proved your point though.
Can't even deal with
Alan, oh, wait.
based on that one incident.
But Marie, hold on.
Might have just been first of all.
Marie, wait, hold on, Marie. No. Thank you, Alan. I really admire that because you proved the point.
You do.
Because a man is a man who doesn't allow a woman to get in the way of him being a man. So if it's time for a man to fight and protect the country, and you opted out and you signed up to be a oil worker, right? And now you're around. And the problem is, and here's the real issue, the men who opt out to be a man, right? He gets insecure when he gets around the ones that survive the things that men go through.
So that's
And
not
then-
her fault.
No. It is her fault because he only listened to his girl, right? His wife. And had he had not, he would go out and go through those experiences.
He did not want to go. She was
I don't think-
scapegoat. Like, come on. Like a dude, if he's going to war,
If he really went,
Yo, some dudes are so, and here's the thing that women got to understand. Some dudes,
as a scapegoat.
some dudes,
like, that's why I'm not a man.
Yeah.
Boy, shut up.
but Marie, some dudes are so in love with their girl, they will forget how to be masculine. And if some dudes are so in love with their girl, they will forget how to be masculine simply because what she is craving is nothing masculine. She's craving softness. She's craving affection. She's craving all of these.
Man, you don't stop
hold
them
on.
stupid jacks.
She said it's not a man. Did
She's
you just say that's not
yes,
a man?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like,
Let me finish my thing. God damn. Oh my God. Oh my. I'm getting away with me being a man, Makari. All right.
because I can't imagine.
Let me run it back. So she's craving softness. She's craving affection. She's craving all of these different things that take away from a man being masculine.
What's that?
And when she's done stripping away all of his masculinity, she looks at him as less than, and then she no longer finds herself attractive to him and go finds the man that she can't do that to.
He was always that. You can't do that to a dude.
No, and sometimes those men, and granted, I think that,
I don't think Rome agrees with that.
I'm sure he doesn't.
all right, whatever. I don't care.
It's never crazy when you have men on the panel and then you ask us about men stuff and then we tell you how we feel and how we see things and how we live it every single day. And y'all say, that ain't true.
Rum, so you're saying a woman could come here and alter you completely and like just change your whole dynamic and
If
ideologies?
you are not, what's the new term they all talking about? If you are not in your masculine energy.
No,
yes.
that's not what I'm saying. A woman can come and just
If
change.
you allow it, yeah.
No, I'm not. I said, Rome, can a woman, you,
Yes, it's happened.
She devil is a.
can, you
Who
said
is she devil?
She can come and she can turn, hold on, she can turn you soft.
It has nothing to do with soft.
No. Like you saying like, Alan, you let me go. Damn.
Jesus, Marie.
No, because Alan, I know what he's doing.
I
No, I know what Alan is doing.
don't know what he's doing.
I know what he's
You're
doing.
fighting a good fight.
I'm not.
No, go ahead. I hear you.
No, like I find it very interesting. Like, do you really feel like that's a possibility?
Yes.
Maybe because like I don't see it.
You have listen, because again, you're looking at me from a woman's lens, not knowing what I go through. And I'm not saying my struggles are hard and woe is me. I'm saying as a man, you don't know what we go through, what I go through. I'll personalize what I go through on a daily basis.
Right.
Right. So you're looking at it through your lens. So what if, hear me out. What if I'm tired of being on hyper alert? What if I'm tired of not being able to show my emotions? What if I'm tired of having to be completely alpha, completely macho, completely this thing that I have to portray in order to be respected amongst other men?
Mm-hmm.
What if I'm tired of that? And when I come home, I'm looking for softness from my woman.
As you should.
Okay. Yes, you can get me out of that. I just did that all day. And I do that Monday through Friday, 10 times on Saturday, 100 times on Sunday. I need a little bit of break. I need you to listen to me. I need to communicate with you. And I need you to understand that right now, I just need a space where I cannot be in that war zone.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. So I think we're miscommunicating with each
Okay.
other. So that's the
You asked me if a woman can get me out of that.
No, that's not what I'm
She's
saying.
asking if a woman could basically
not
get
what I'm
you
saying.
lost
So
from it.
Yes, because
no, can I?
okay.
So
I'll say yes to that.
outside, right? You may be that, right?
Yes.
And that's like you
Yes.
go out, but when you're home,
Yes.
you don't need to be that. So when I'm saying
Got
that, you're not playing a role for me.
Okay.
So you are able to tell me like today was a horrible day. This you're
But
talking
some
about.
men aren't.
No, I get it.
Okay.
That's not what we're talking about.
All right.
So you're able to be yourself. You're not putting on nothing,
All right.
right?
All right.
So what I'm saying is, can a woman, when you leave the house now, you're soft, you're 100% soft all the time? Like, can she switch you off? Can she turn you from that macho guy's guy, whatever it is? Now, when you leave, you are a soft shell crab to the world. That's what I'm saying.
We aren't allowed to be that.
Some men do. That's what
But-
Alan said.
So, but wait, hear me out. I'm saying we're not allowed to be that 100% of the time we're out in the world. I can bring a little percentage of that, like, oh, I can be soft here in these areas. I can bring a small percentage of that, yes. But 100% just soft, like, oh, soft. We're not allowed to be that. I have to be able to switch back into like, all right, we can't be on some all pink, everything is pink stuff right now. I have to be able to switch that.
That's you.
But a man, but some men aren't able to switch that. Some men just let that shit sink in, and then it's like,
They like the feeling.
They become it and don't even know it.
yeah, it's like this felt so good, and like my girl said this was safe, and like I'm gonna bring this safety out here, and now I'm signing up for the fucking war, or now I'm not signing up for the war, and now I'm staying home, and now Jacob came back.
Do y'all remember the movie Undercover Brother?
No.
Okay, well,
Marie doesn't either.
Undercover Brother, I think, had Eddie Griffin in it. Eddie Griffin was like the black power dude. He was like the black superhero in the movie, and they had a black-white war going on. And when they couldn't destroy him, they said, "We're gonna send out She-Devil." It was this long blonde hair girl. I don't want to put color into it, but she was white. But next thing you know,
Figured that.
he went from this super dude like that was eating hot sauce to eating mayo, right? He had duck shoes instead of his other shoes. You know what I'm saying? You watched the woman that he actually like lusted for completely change who he is. And I've watched men do this since I was a kid. If a guy gets the girl that he dreams of, that's usually the one that's going to destroy him. She's going to take, because you know why? What happens when a guy really puts a woman on a pedestal, whatever she says goes. So if she says, I want you to start doing home decor, he's going to go to Home Goods, right? If I want you to stop going to the strong gym and I want you to do hot yoga with me, now he's a yoga instructor. And you will watch this whole man that was like this turn like this over the girl that he truly, truly like idolized.
And then complain that you're not happy with him anymore.
And then eventually she cheats on him with the guy she couldn't do that to, with the guy who went to war, with the guy who was in the same gym she told him not to go to.
We are telling you men stories.
I
We have
get
shared
it.
these stories
I get
amongst
it.
men.
I'm listening, but like you men are always talking about accountability. All I'm saying is take accountability. I don't know if you can fully blame a woman for your own choices. I get it. I understand what you're saying, but you can't always spew accountability on one end of the spectrum and then say, hey, this woman turned me into a jellyfish.
No, I didn't say it's her fault.
You are accountable. You are the master of your own universe and responsible for your own choices. Part of you have made those decisions
To be soft.
do that.
To be softer.
Well, but the thing is, Marie, I
and
don't.
give the woman that we love something, a different side of us.
1 second, real quick, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I want to say this to Marie because Marie is a very intelligent person. And I'm not saying this because she's my sister. But I want to say this to say this to people that will tell you everything about relationships. Ask yourself, ladies, women, you men,
Amanda.
you ask yourself, how would my man be if he wasn't with me and he was by himself? Would he? That is And on the reverse,
Oh shit.
it's the same thing for men. Ask yourself, who would my woman be if she was single and she wasn't with me?
Oh,
That is her true self.
that's the one that you know what.
A
That
lot of people hate that.
we don't want to answer. We don't want to. No,
Nobody wants that answer.
I love my true self. I don't know if I love their true self.
But do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, you think Rico would be filming here right now leave here right now and go home if he was single?
Yes, Alan, I've done that in 2018 and 19. I might have caught a flight the next day, but I went home
To catch a flight.
to catch a flight. But first of all, yes, Alan, I'm a very focused, disciplined guy. And I just need my,
You're about to dig yourself into a hole, right?
not to be. So here's the thing.
He walked him right.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen. I'll be honest with you guys, right?
Here it comes.
Would I go home today? Yes.
Week after week.
But if you ask me the honest truth, it's like, okay, Rico, if you weren't in a relationship today, would you go home today and only talk to one woman? That would be a lie. But now I live that monogamous life, right? So that's the only thing I think that would change. But realistically, I've always been a person who's, and I think all men need to do this. I've always been a person who's put my career over everything else, right? So since I was 23, maybe 24, I have not had a job. I've relied on myself to make my income. I've relied on making myself valuable in different aspects of the industry, whether it been music, modeling, television, podcasting, to actually fund my life. I don't have the opportunity to slip up. I don't go get a check every Friday. My money is not guaranteed. So my discipline and my focus overrides my desires. I might want to go home tonight if I was single and go get 3 girls. But guess what? I might have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go do a gig. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to choose my money first. Right now, if I was a millionaire, maybe, that might be different. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, I got to grind. And I feel like that's the difference. Also, I've always gotten women. So the chase for women doesn't really excite me as much as it does for somebody who's now 30 years old that can get women. You know what I'm saying?
Humble flex.
Humble.
I've always got.
I've always got women. I've always been the it guy. Rome, you can relate, right?
This is your story.
Rome, you ain't never
Your story.
Rome, you ain't get girls?
Nah, I've been a virgin for a long time.
You're a fucking liar. I will throw my whole. How do I unscrew this? see, women get the luxury of being able to be 20 and being hoes, and then potentially trying to change their life around at 30. A man can't be 20 in his 20s and be unfocused. It's not.
What he said was go outside.
But when I'm
You talking about hoes?
when a dude
How they equate the two?
when we were talking about dudes chasing pussy in their 20s. So I'm assuming that they're at least having some type of execution, because otherwise, if you chasing pussy and coming up short, you really need to go chase the money. For real. like you're really doing this shit wrong. But if you're chasing pussy and you're actually getting pussy, that's what's gonna distract you, because you're actually having success getting pussy without any accolades, right? So now that's why you put your accolades on a back burner, because you can get pussy without them. And now you end up being 30, 32, 33, and you're trying to figure your life out now, because now is when it really counts, because you're looking around and saying, hey, I'm damn near 40 and my shit not together. But I can still bag a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I can still bag a chick. You know what I'm saying? It's not sad. The thing is, he has the most potential. Because if you can do something with nothing, imagine if you did it with focus. And that's the people that really need to reprioritize. I'm one of the few. I was always able to get it. But the thing is, I started at 12. Let's get that straight. I started at fucking 12. And by the time I was 22, I said, all right, this was cool. So maybe I'm 10 years ahead of a lot of dudes, right? And at 22, honestly, what really happened, once I got kicked out of college, I said, I'm not going to keep on losing my opportunities anymore. I'm done with that. Let me go get this, because I know I can, and I know I'm capable, and I applied myself. And again, you know how they always say, it's the old saying, chase the money, you get the girls. You chase the girls, you don't get no money. I think that's kind of wasn't my thing, but I wanted to chase the money.
You heard that?
You never heard that?
No.
You're young.
So
By the way, I want to let everybody know, Alan almost tried to stop it, but Amanda is not the most feminine of women.
We've been moved.
No, we didn't. I didn't. Maria is way more feminine than Amanda. Oh, I mean, I don't know Maria as much as you, but I'm willing to argue.
Okay, first of all,
Marie and I are the
I had
same.
an opinion doesn't mean I'm not
I
feminine.
think Marie is
I think
a
we
great
equate-
balanced woman.
Yeah,
They are the
because
same.
wait, passion.
Very regulated.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
I have
you.
an opinion doesn't mean I'm not feminine.
Thank you.
She eats salad.
know what that
I've only
face
seen
is.
I've only seen her eat
What
salads.
that is?
Yeah, salad, barbecue chicken
So,
salad.
like,
Bro, shut up.
no, I'm saying
If you watched Amanda eat a chicken, you would understand she was.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
She
Absolutely
has a
nothing.
whole savage within her that is just waiting to just show you the beast. I had 2 girls spin the block on the same day.
Oh no, it was a retrograde that just happened.
Yo, when I say 2 girls spin the, and I'm so grateful. I was like,
You
what?
should just send them a picture
2
of your
girls
daughter.
spun the block, right? On my DMs, and one of them is so shiesty. She's like a slow shiesty. But it was like the 2 in the same day was just like weird, and they're like not from the same place. They don't even know each other. And then I was like, I'm gonna just leave.
They would have coordinated that if they did.
yes. The answer
Women
is
are
yes.
crazy, bro.
Just to screenshot it,
Yeah.
send it to somebody, be like, I told you.
I told you he's still the same. The 25% is just
The men,
women.
the one that don't like me. So
Well, women stick together even when they're wrong. It's crazy. They have a unity that is unbreakable. Like just to go against, be like, what? You know that's fucking wrong.
I know.
Like, but I can understand where she's coming from. I'm like,
Listen,
but I can.
I, would,
doesn't matter.
I read the comments like, I never said that. I never said that.
He means he.
All right.
Cassandra is
Who's mean?
Yeah, they were saying all types of stuff. They told me, oh,
Cassandra's mean.
after he dogged all these women out, he's ready to be a good man.
Oh, I saw that too, Ro.
Of
That
course
was
you've
so
seen that one, and you remember that one, Marie.
First of all, Cassandra is a men's
Ro was
advocate.
coming
I
from
can't
such a
imagine.
place of like a good place. He was really coming from a place where he was like he was like, listen, I've done this and I've grown and I'm
They don't wanna
I'm
hear
telling you that this can happen. And I was like, oh,
Nah, they didn't. They wasn't going for that.
nah, nigga.
Nah.
I was sad for you when I saw that comment.
I was just like, oh, that's a woman.
Sad. That's a
I was like, oh, because
Whenever I open up my Instagram and I see my face at the forefront of a
Bitter.
table video, I don't look at the comments.
Mm.
Thanks, Google.
whatever. You got the gist of the fucking point.
So what you want us to do for the 3-part what essay? with 3-part something. All right,
Alan, just let him close out.
Okay, I'm gonna do mine. You guys go from there.
you go next.
I'm gonna make mine real.
I have no idea.
Just say something positive to the audience, bro. That's it. Listen, and if you're watching this, I just want to say that never lose yourself for a woman if you're a man. And it's gonna sound crazy, but especially if you're able to achieve or able to get the woman that you truly, truly wanted or was chasing after, it's important that you keep yourself as you came, because the second that you start to change to be what she says she wants, that's when you're not going to be appreciated because she liked you for who you were. So make sure you don't lose yourself in this whole, dating space and able to get, hopefully you're able to get the woman that you truly want, Be cool how you be cool, my boy. There's another one. There's always more. Matter of fact, can I take that back? Hey, bro, listen, no trip.
Single thing he said. Like, it was so much words. Like, what did you even say?
I was basically saying the same thing before, that there's dudes that will go ahead and they'll get a girl that they really like, and the girl will tell him what she wants out of him, and he will fight himself to become what she wants and lose himself in the process. And when he loses himself in that process, the worst thing is he loses his relationship, because he's going to lose the respect of her, because what got him in the door wasn't what she wanted. It was what he was. Does that make sense?
I don't
She's gonna tell you said a lot of words.
What is this advice even on? What were we even talking about?
Give women some advice.
Yeah, about what? What are we
Whatever you want to talk to them
Tell
about.
him to be feminine.
Beef jerky.
Tell him to be feminine.
Said beef jerk.
Never
Whatever.
had that before.
Stop trying to
Never.
deflect. Tell him.
I don't know.
I want to be feminine.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Because she's not feminine. I try to tell you. Go ahead. What's wrong with being feminine?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being feminine. I'm a very feminine female.
Would you recommend women be feminine?
She can't even say what it's streams.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea. Be who you are, okay? Don't let Rico Hundo tell you who to be, okay?
Oh God.
That's my piece. That was bad because nobody told me what we're talking about.
You didn't pay attention while you were sitting here?
Bro, no, I said, what was the last thing we were talking about? You just said a whole bunch of words.
Just pick something. We talked about 17 things. Like what?
What was the last thing that we were talking about?
I'll let you think about it.
Nobody answered my question.
My question still remains. I'm still interested in knowing what a traditional man means to you. I'm asking the women. And I'm not being passive aggressive or anything like that. I really would like to know what a traditional man means to you. And for men, because I know the women are like, well, what a men what? For men, do you believe? What is your definition? And for men, what do you define a traditional man? I'm saying.
Can't say it.
First of all, he held it in so well.
And for men,
Nigga, you know when we know what it is.
All right.
Oh my God.
okay. And for men, here in the room, we're also wondering what you would define a traditional man as, because we can't figure it out. So they're gonna laugh.
I'm barely laughing. Rico, I hope he has it together. You okay? You look like you want to cry. What? Like,
I mean, hold on.
Tears coming out your eyes?
Because, bro, it's like you ever asking questions like, nigga, this shit is stupid. I'm never gonna get the answer to this shit.
He should know what a man is. Wasn't he born a man?
well, we'll find out.
If you have to ask.
Yeah. He must not be a man. I told you, girl. And then 900 likes under that comment. And then one guy, Tom 08, he's a man because he was born a man. And I'm like, do I like that one?
Right, is that the one I want to like?
And then
They gonna be looking for the one I liked.
And here comes the reply to Tom. He's sassy.
Baby
what?
Baby blue men are sassy. That's what they're gonna say.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Where baby blue? I mean, he's sassy.
Wait, have they called you sassy? No. They have?
I haven't been called sassy. It's just the fact that they're in my DMs, and I don't know how more masculine to be.
No way.
It's the when he does that.
When he does that?
That's what gets him?
I don't know.
I won't ever do it again. That's gonna be a woman's voice from now on.
That's gonna be a woman's voice.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are looking forward to your comments. Rome really wants to know what you guys consider a traditional man. So we will be tuning into the comments. So make sure you comment and give your answers. New episodes every Thursday and Sunday. So make sure you tune in. We are almost at 100 members on our YouTube membership. So please join our YouTube membership. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, and look out for our new content. See you guys on the next episode.